picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL. NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Three down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. And now the offense for Detroit.
And they come off a tough loss last week. And what's their reward? A 2nd straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Stafford on 1st down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Now Stafford, and he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Call it a pickup of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people, and right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? From the gun, it's Rodgers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
2nd down and goal. Stafford looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, not easily won.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. He's got him in. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Rodgers to throw again. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the first. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. After the sack on 1st down, Stafford, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. Hearns brings it in. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And that's complete to Adams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st down, Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and he finds his tight end, Graham. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Rodgers again now. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Here's Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 44, Stafford, and that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The final shot before the break. Stafford lets it fly for Treadwell. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And some room to maneuver. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Johnson. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
On 3rd down, Johnson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They got a yard on 1st, 2 on 2nd, and 3 here on 3rd.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensive. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
The previous play is under review.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On play action, it's Rodgers. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The Packers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Here we go.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Get 300. Get 300.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And it's caught. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Jamal Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On first down, Stafford here. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a first down throw. Stafford completes it to Hearns. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford, and he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down. Now Stafford underneath for Johnson. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Throwing again at Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Rodgers throwing here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You're handing
out multiple, although I set you up by